Hello.
How are you? Hi.
I'm good. I'm great. Yes. I'm Courtney. What's your name?
My name is Shaheen. I'm from India.
Shahin. Nice to meet you. Which part of India are you from?
Maharashtra.
Okay, very nice. You're my neighboring state.
Okay. I've seen your video on YouTube with a YouTuber, and I you were singing a song in Hindi, so I got surprised, and I thought that I'll record the video with you as well. And if it's possible, I would like to learn from you. If suppose you are ready to teach, I'll learn few more lessons with you.
Absolutely. Yes, absolutely. Yes. Sounds great. Nice. Um, what do you want to do? You want to have a conversation first, or would you like to go straight to the lesson plan? It's up to you.
What would you like to teach me? Okay, first tell me a little bit about yourself, how you are in India, what you are doing, and your native place and all those things.
Yes. I teach English, obviously. I teach English full time on a few different platforms, but I also have a master's degree studying Indian performance. Um, so that means I sing in about 10 different Indian languages, and I speak a few different Indian languages, and a little bit of some others. Um, I do some acting in different
Okay.
local languages, yeah. And I've done some television shows here in
Oh,
India.
really?
Yeah.
Which shows?
Mostly in Kerala, I've done shows. Um, yeah, I was like special guest and stuff on a few shows.
Okay.
Just now, I'm filming a Kannada web series, so that should be coming out in a couple of months. And maybe I will be. Well, we'll see. There's some more stuff coming up. We'll see later.
You're
Yeah.
you're a busy person.
Yeah, I'm busy. I'm busy. Yes. I like it. Yes. And how about you? What do you do?
I have been running my English medium school in my town. I'm from a small town.
Okay.
So even though I'm running a school, I do not work in a teaching department, so my English is not so good.
Okay.
I'm always busy with office work and other stuff. So I thought that since lockdown, thought came in my mind that I should brush up my communication skills, grammar skills as well. So I always hire trainers from outside for my teachers. So it's okay to hire teachers for other subject, but I thought that for at least English, myself, I'll teach them something. Means instead of calling trainers from outside, I'll study and I'll train them.
Got it. Good. Actually, I have a lot of clients on Cambly who are English teachers. So I think that's really great. Yeah,
I'm not a teacher.
trainer. And anything in the field, they're helping other people with their English. So this is a great way for them to learn too, right? Yeah, it's very nice. Yeah. No, I'm from the United States, actually.
Okay. USA.
Yes. Hmm.
So, what do you think about pronunciation and grammar? Is it equally important that grammar should be perfect, or pronunciation should be perfect, or with little bit grammar here and there with perfect pronunciation you can understand, or with some what can I say, not a good pronunciation and perfect grammar? What happens when non-native speakers speak with you with that kind of problem?
That's a great question. I think, wow. It really depends on what your goals are, and ideally we should be working on all of those things at the same time. But I'm also very practical, and I think, as long as you're trying to improve in any of these areas, it's always going to be useful to you, right?
Yes.
So, yeah. I mean, I speak a few different languages, and all of them are at different levels, right? For some of them, I have a lot of vocabulary, but my grammar is very bad, you know? And so it's just a matter of try to be a little fearless when you're speaking. And usually people will not be rude. People will gently try to help you or at least to understand you if you at least try to speak, right? So that's the important thing is just try. Don't be too afraid to speak. Yeah.
Yes. But as a teacher, if suppose now I'm not in a teach, I do not work in teaching department. If I want to teach to kids, definitely I'll not get a lot of time. But if suppose I want to teach them for 1 or 2 lessons for a week, I should be perfect to teach them because I don't have right to make mistake as a teacher.
Right.
So that's why I want to be perfect in the area of pronunciation and grammar as well, because as a
Right.
teacher, if I'm making mistakes, my student will carry it.
Right. That's absolutely true. So I think, you know, well, they're both can be so important. I think grammar is very important because it makes everything so much clearer. If you don't know the right verb to use in a situation, we don't know if it's past or present or future, you know, so I think grammar can be very important. And pronunciation, well, it depends on if you mean accent or, you know, a
No,
specifically.
no, I'm not talking about accent. Pronunciations should be clear, means the
Right,
person whom we are talking should understand it clearly.
right. I mean, that is also there. Like I said, it depends on the circumstances. I have no issue understanding many different accents from around the world, but that's not always the case with everyone, right? Everyone is
Yes.
not ready to hear things. So one good way of practicing pronunciation is to listen to music from a place or watch movies, you know, with the subtitles so that you can hear people talking, and also practice it with a native speaker like this on Cambly. Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
I found it useful, really. I found it useful when I speak with native speakers. But one more thing, when I was talking, means I have been talking with native speakers for last 3 months. But many times I found that nobody bothered to correct me when I was speaking wrong. So I thought that it should not happen.
Right. I mean, that's a very good point. I think sometimes when you're speaking incorrectly, but people can still understand you, um, it's different if you're a teacher, though, right? You want to be very, very specific and very clear and very correct.
Yeah,
But
many times I tell teacher to correct me at the end of the class or when I finish my sentence, but teacher do it for one class or say for second class and they forgot. And when I watch my own recording, then I realize, oh, I made twice, thrice same mistakes.
they forget, and then so you're catching your own mistakes. Yeah. So
Yeah, when I'm on this platform, I expect that teacher should correct me, means I may not make this mistake next time.
right. That's a very good point. Yeah. So some students have, every student has different requirements for what they want. So it is very good to be very clear about those things. And sometimes teachers make a decision whether or not they will correct someone based on how much they
Hmm.
have to work on. So it depends on who I'm working with. Sometimes students are trying very hard to focus on one thing, and I know if I correct every single thing that they're doing, they're not going to be able to really get the lesson that they're trying to get, right? So
Yeah,
some
at the end of the lesson, like if a lesson is of 30 minutes, before 5 minutes, teacher can correct them.
right,
It's,
right.
it's it's better for them, I think.
Yes. So I have some students who are very focused on grammar. And so what they will do is they'll make a transcript of the previous video, copy paste it, and then we'll go through every single line of the conversation the next time that we have class. So not all students do that, but some people like to. Yeah.
Okay. Is it useful?
It's useful for them because they speak a language which is very different than English. English is not one of their primary languages, and so they don't have articles in their language. They don't have even tenses like past tense or present tense, future tense in their language. So
Okay.
it's impossible for them to understand how grammar works unless they do it like that. Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
That's nice.
Yeah. So it depends. It totally depends on the student, right? I think you make very few mistakes, so it'd be much easier to point out your specific mistakes because you're very fluent.
I make mistake in tenses as like advanced tenses. Like I'm running school. I have been running school.
Right. Right.
Right.
Yes. Yeah.
Sometime in past continuous tense, past perfect continuous tense, I make mistake.
Yeah. I mean, but you know exactly which tenses you're making mistakes in, so that's good. And
Yes.
I don't.
When I watch my video, I realize very soon, and I try not to make mistake again in same that point. But I expect my tutor to tell me you are making mistake on that point.
Right. You're making a mistake on that point. So, or you're making mistakes on that point. There's a small correction like that.
Yes, that's what I expect.
Right. That makes sense. I mean, I think that's a fair expectation, right? You're coming to Cambly to have a professional tutor, so I think that's fair. Yeah.
Yes.
Right. And do you speak Marathi and Hindi also?
Yeah, Marathi, Hindi, little bit Urdu. Urdu is not good of mine. Even
Okay.
my Urdu is not good because I have studied in Marathi medium.
Right, right.
So
That makes sense. Yeah. I mean, there are so many languages. It's hard to be great at every single one of them, right? It's not easy.
yes,
I'm sure Marathi, just like Hindi, does not have articles for its words, right? You don't have to say ye pencil, just pencil. That's fine. You don't have to,
just
unless
pencil,
you're being
just
very
pencil.
specific, right? You don't have to say like that.
No.
But in English,
No.
those words are necessary, and sometimes people who are not used to using articles just drop them sometimes. So that's,
Yes.
but
And one more benefit I got on Cambly, that before I was like, I used to, means I do not translate things in my head. When I'm talking with someone, I speak whatever come to my mind.
that's good.
Uh, but when I want to do something, I want to write something or do something, I used to translate it from right from my mother tongue to English, but it doesn't happen. I learn from you native speakers, and it doesn't happen. And one more thing, like some phrases are like we cannot translate it in our mother tongue, or from our mother tongue to English.
Right.
So it was a useful point. Then again, grammatically, some sentence were correct, but you guys do not speak like that. So this thing again, I realized technically, grammatically, it was correct, but you do not speak the way we were just translating and speaking.
Exactly. That's right. There's a lot of differences. There are a lot of differences between Indian English and like American English. Exactly. So, I mean, I understand it very, very easily and very quickly. Sometimes even I speak with with Indian English grammar, right? But
What's their reaction?
for Indians or for Americans?
Americans, they may think that what she is speaking, or what grammatical structure
What?
is she using.
Yeah, they notice it. They do notice it, and they're like, "What is that?" You know, why are you talking like that? Yeah, but it becomes second nature. So, and that's a good point for speaking with tutors on Cambly, is that you start getting used to those patterns of speech, and then you start being able to imitate those and use those in your own speech, with native speakers. That's the best way to do it because you can pick it up almost unconsciously. Otherwise, you would never be able to pick those up, right? So the
Yes,
talk is
yes.
really helpful for that. Yeah.
In the beginning, I just thought that teachers were not correcting, but I found almost 3 to 4 teachers. They are really nice. Because of them, then I subscribed Cambly again.
Yeah. So it's. I mean, do you just think? Like, can you give me an example of something that they weren't correcting? Can you think of anything specifically?
For so many days, I was saying that I'm running a school, but nobody bothered me to tell you. You should say, I have been running school.
Oh, well, you can say both of those things actually. So that's one thing. I have been running a school means I've been doing it for a long time. I am running a school
Yes.
is I am doing it now. So you can really use both of them. I was just having this conversation.
Now at that moment, I'm talking to you.
Mhm.
So how can I say I'm running school?
Because
I have been running school is more correct, I think.
for us, these are both correct.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's confusing, right? I have been running a school, yes, but are you going to run it tomorrow? Yes, right? So I am running a school because I'm still in the whole process of running the school. Once you quit, then you can say, I used to run a school, right? Yeah.
Mm.
I have been running a school, but today is my last day. Huh? So that we can say that too.
Okay.
Yes. I am running a school
Yeah,
until tomorrow.
yeah. I have learned in perfect continuous tenses, other small action interrupteds. That time only, mostly we use present continuous perfect and past continuous perfect. Before I was like I was using in just in a single context.
Right, right. Which is easier, right? So it's
It's not easier. Continue perfect continuous tense is difficult to use.
yeah, it is. Yeah. It
Uh,
is.
I'll do it with the practice, but it's really confusing. And for new learners, it may be a big blunder.
Yeah, it's difficult. I mean, grammar is the hardest part for me as a language learner too. It just takes time. It just takes a lot of
Yes.
time and a lot of,
Time, practice, efforts.
yes, exactly. It's really important just to keep practicing. That's it. Just keep talking and keep talking. Yeah.
Before joining Cambly, my grammar was okay. It was not so bad, but my pronunciations were not so good. So after joining Cambly, actually, I had started my YouTube channel first
Nice.
for more than 1 month. And when I was recording my own videos, I found that my pronunciations were not good. Then I stopped making videos. Then I joined Cambly, and before joining Cambly, I had joined a accent reduction course.
Okay.
I completed it, and then I thought that if I speak with native speakers, it will be better for me.
Right.
Then I joined Cambly. Then, yeah, my pronunciations are, I think, it's better than before.
Okay. I think, yes, I think your pronunciation is very easy to understand. So that's good. Yeah. Oh, can you give me an example of what you were pronouncing before and how it sounds now? Can you think of anything?
So many things, so many things. Simple thing I'll tell you, like where, WERE, where.
Yes.
I used to say
Where?
where.
Right. Yeah, that's true. Yes. That.
Then here, here. You're American, you pronounce it here. I was saying here, but education system follow British English. In British English, they do not pronounce R at the end of the
Yes.
word.
Exactly.
So I should say here,
Yes. That's true.
there.
Exactly. I mean, really, those are all English, right? It just depends on, like I said before, who your audience is. If you're speaking to an
Yes.
American, they're may not understand, even though a British English speaker would understand perfectly, right? So things that we have to keep in mind when we're speaking.
Then so many things I could not understand, like you say, um, like, where were you? Where were you? Or what he said, you say, what he said. You drop the T.
That sounds like the very British thing to do. Yeah. What he said. Yeah, exactly. What did he what
But
did he say? What did he say? Means what did he say?
yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
they drop complete D.
Yeah. And for words like bottle, we say bottle. Bottle.
Bottle. In the beginning, I booked my lesson with British tutors
Right.
only, because I wanted to learn British phonetics because I'm in education field. And when I'm feeling confident about it, I've started booking lesson with Americans as well, because American, Australian, because I want to check myself as well, that can I understand them clearly? Can they understand me
Right.
clearly? So
Yep.
I changed.
That's a smart idea. That's a really smart idea because it makes you more understandable to more people, right? I mean, that's critical because the reason we use language is so that we can communicate. So if we
Yes.
can communicate with more people, then that's the goal. Yeah. Good.
Yeah. And nobody asked me to repeat what did you say, I cannot understand, or I didn't ask any tutor what did you say, unless it's internet
Right.
issue.
Exactly. Sometimes that happens. Yes, exactly. Uh, that's good. So,
So I've seen your videos, so I thought that this tutor do not mind. So let's book a
yeah.
lesson. And one another thing is really good with you. I had some problems with my advanced modal verbs. So I need means I was thinking like I need someone who can explain me same thing in Hindi and English as well. That time I didn't get that kind of help. Now I'm clear with my modals, and now I got you. Means if suppose I feel like someone should explain me a little bit in Hindi, then I can ask you.
Yeah, I can try, but grammar in Hindi is not my strong suit either, so we'll just have to piece it together.
No need to means there is no need of Hindi
Huh.
grammar. Just you need to translate
Exactly.
uh, English grammar into
Right,
Hindi, not Hindi
right, right,
grammar.
right.
Just the specific
Exactly.
words.
Yeah, absolutely. I like having that ability, that is very useful, I think. And I think
Yes,
even just my exposure to many other languages, so I speak some Dravidian languages too, just understanding how the grammar works so differently in all of them helps me understand the things that are very weird about English sometimes. Yeah.
uh, first thing is English, no specific rules are there,
Yeah.
and for pronunciation, zero rules. We have to learn everything as it is. English is not phonetical language. It's big difficulty.
Yes, we don't. Yes, exactly. Because we have so many loan words from so many other languages and they all have their own rules. So we can, I was just talking about the words read and read today. It's the same spelling, but they have a different pronunciation. One
Yes,
means present, one means past. I mean, how could you know that,
yes,
right? You would never know.
yes.
So it's just a matter of talking more. That's it. Even with reading, you would be so
Yeah.
confused. What does this even mean, right? But
Yes, yes. Live, 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 live.
exactly. Live and learn. Yep,
It's
exactly. Dove and dove, right? There are just many examples of this. Yeah. So,
yes,
and that's just ones that are spelled the same and sound different. Then you have all the different spellings for the ones that sound the same. So, yeah, what to do?
yeah. It's but English is a global language. To learners should learn.
Right. I mean, it's very useful for many people, even in countries outside of the UK and uh, America and Australia. Like, it's often the language that's spoken most in India because I live in Bangalore. People don't speak Hindi or they don't speak, Malayalam or Kannada, so people speak English a lot of the time here. It's very useful.
And their own version, not American or
Right.
British.
It's the Indian English, yeah, or Hinglish or whatever, but yeah, it's good. Very fun.
Okay. So next time when I'll book lesson, I'll intimate you before what I want
Okay,
to learn.
that's good.
And sometime it, and one more thing, it's afternoon time. It's this time is not suitable for me because I'm
Right.
working in school. But your schedule was not on evening, so I usually used to book a class after 7 o'clock
Okay.
in the evening, 7 to 11. So if suppose I want to book lesson with you, I'll send you
Yes.
a
Do
message.
that because
Try to
yes, if
adjust.
I have a special request, I can sometimes do that. Usually my early
Okay.
afternoons, like my late afternoons between 3 and 6:30 are usually blocked with my children students. So, yeah, but sometimes
Okay.
I open up slots in the evening after that. Yeah.
I heard you singing Hindi song. Now time is running, so I'll request you to sing a song
Have
for
any
me as well.
favorites?
Uh, Sing your
Oh my gosh,
favorite.
I have so many favorites. Let's see. Um, uh, इतना ना मुझसे तू प्यार बढ़ा कि मैं एक बादल आवारा कैसे किसी का सहारा जनूं कि मैं खुद पे कर बेचारा. Is that right? I don't
Yes, yes, exactly.
know. Yeah.
Marvelous.
No. Oh, I've been singing in Canada lately. Uh,
Oh, try
yeah,
one.
in Canada. Let's
Yes.
I've been singing to my dog. Nai mari tindi beku tirta beku yella beku. That's a baby song. Little puppy dog. What do you want to eat? I want breakfast. I want snacks. I want everything. I want to eat everything. Yeah.
That, that's nice. You're brilliant. At a time, you are speaking so many
Trying,
languages.
working on it. It's always a work in progress for all of us, no?
It's difficult for us to learn one language, and that's English.
It's difficult for everybody. So everybody should know that. It's a lot of work. It just is. But that doesn't mean we can't have so much fun while we're doing it too, right? So yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
It's really amazing. You can understand lyrics as well, and you pronounce words with
oh, thank
rhythm.
you. I mean, I, I started learning Hindi mostly from listening to songs. So um, that's that's how I learned a lot of grammar or a lot of vocabulary before I started speaking. And I think it's very useful for anybody to listen to music, watch movies, in the language that you're trying to learn. There's so many different accents. You can use subtitles if you want so that you
Mhm.
can match, your language with that language. But I think it's very useful. Yeah.
Yes, yes. I think I can understand different accents because of that
Right.
practice only.
Yeah. Especially with accents, it helps a lot because even for me, yeah, watching British shows and Australian shows helped me to understand those accents. It's very useful. Yeah. Well, looks
Yes.
like we're almost out of time, but it was so nice to meet you today, and I hope to see you again soon.
Nice to meet you too. Definitely, I'll book
All
another
right.
lesson with you.
Good. Bye bye.
Bye.